Hi guys, it's Alyssa. First off, I want to apologize for this monstrosity. I really didn't feel like putting makeup on or doing my hair today, so I didn't. But I also really wanted to do a video because I've been wanting to do this one for a while and just haven't really got around to it yet. Also, sorry if I'm not really looking at you much. I've got my camera on this side of my tablet, and on this side of my tablet, I've got notes for what I'm gonna say. So I may be looking this direction a lot. But this video today is going to be all about interview prep, mainly for younger girls, so like 3 to 12. That's what the age group is for the pageant that I do. Well, it's not one age group, it's a few, but that would be considered the younger girls. So we'll just hop right into it since pageant season's in full swing now. I figured now would be a pretty good time to do this video. Most girls, at least in the Cinderella program, are going to preliminary competitions, preparing for their state pageants in the summer, and then hopefully a lot of them will go to internationals towards the end of the summer. So in the Cinderella pageant, oh, sorry, there's a big window right here, and my little brother's walking up to the door with boxes, and I don't know what's going on. In the pageant system that I do most, interviews are based on showing your personality and who you are to the judges, not so much the political side of things. In fact, with the Cinderella program, they try to steer clear of the political things and do more of an all about you interview. So my biggest thing with interview is to get to know yourself really well, know your likes, your dislikes, your favorites, what you do for fun, know how to explain and express your views and opinions on life in general. So we'll just start right into my little notes here. Where am I at? Oh, one time when I was prepping for interviews, I was asking some of my pageant friends that have been involved in this system longer than I have. I asked them, what is the best way for me to prepare for interview? Because for a while, that was the hardest part for me. And I'll get to that in a minute, why it was hard. But what this woman suggested I do was to have a little notebook and write down every single thing that I can think of about me. Everything I liked, everything I didn't like, my favorite color, my favorite food, my hobbies, what qualities I feel I possess, and why I think I have those qualities, my leadership skills, just every single thing that I can possibly think of about me. And holy cow, it was really hard. I didn't realize how much I didn't know myself. Like, it was crazy. So I really feel that was some great advice. And if you or your daughter want to work together to prepare for an interview, I would recommend that you get a designated notebook, make it all fun and cute, and every day if you think of something in there, just write it down, make it fun, do it more like an activity rather than sit down and we're going to have interview practice, because I know for me, that was really hard to just practice interview with my mom. It was much better to just be like, oh, hey, I know that you like crazy bread. You should write that down. Crazy bread's my favorite food. So I think that's a great start on interview preparation. And I think it's a start. I think it's something that a lot of people don't think about. So that is my tip number one. Next, you want to be prepared, or you want your child to be prepared for an interview. But my biggest pet peeve, I have judged before, and my biggest pet peeve is someone that is over-rehearsed. It's so hard to talk to them and get to know them, because as a judge, you want to get to know them as a person rather than hear the right answer. Which, by the way, there is absolutely no right answer. How can there be? The judge doesn't know you. Only you know you. So you really, I can't stress this enough, you don't want to over-rehearse your child. It makes it really hard to talk to them in an interview. So there have been some pageants where I've judged and the girl gives me the perfect answer every time, but I have no idea who this girl is, what she likes, what she dislikes. I don't see her personality at all, because I'll say, "What's your favorite color?" And I'll get a response, "Blue, because it's the color of the sky and it's just so pretty." No thinking, no real deep meaning to it. Like, for instance, if I was younger, blue has been my favorite color forever, but more specifically royal blue. So if I were asked, "What's your favorite color?" and I was under 13, I would probably say something along the lines of, "My favorite color is royal blue. It has a really deep meaning to me. I've been involved in this pageant for now 16 years, and it's the color of this pageant, and to me it symbolizes nobility and honor, and I hope to have that in my life." So I want to go deeper than just blue because it's pretty. And I don't want to say, like, for instance, when I was little, I did an interview, and obviously I was really rehearsed and I was really focused on what my mom told me to say. And so they're like, what's your favorite color?" "Blue." "Well, why?" "Because my mom told me to say it." And it was really funny, and it was in front of everybody because this was an on-stage interview when I was like 6. And I'll never forget that because it reminds me every day about how I shouldn't be over-rehearsed, because, or when I have kids, I don't want to over-rehearse my kids because I really don't want them to not have an answer why, because they're so focused on doing exactly what their mom says that if their mom doesn't tell them why that's their favorite color, their only answer is because that's what my mom told me. And also when you get really rehearsed, you get very stiff, and you want to be as relaxed as you can be in an interview. I have gone through a little bit of pageant coaching, and I loved it, and I learned so much from it. And one of the main things I learned is the most important thing in an interview is to make your interviewer feel comfortable. So if you can't make the person you're talking to comfortable, you're doing something wrong. It's not the interviewer that's doing something wrong. And I think that is something that's so important that we just kind of miss a lot of times, because we don't think when we're talking to our friends, "Am I making this person comfortable, or is this a little uncomfortable?" It's just not something you think about. Whereas in a professional interview, it is really important. So that's just something to think about. Obviously, when you are prepping for interview, you want to, sorry, that was like a little, you want to prep your daughter or yourself to get away from the ums, like I'm doing a lot of. And it's lots easier not to say when you have someone asking you questions than if you're just trying to come up with everything. Just side note. But you want to get away from the yeps and the nopes and the yas and the nas. Stick with a yes or a no. You want to be pretty polite, but you don't want it to be awkward. For instance, if you were from the South, you would probably say a yes ma'am and a no ma'am. But for me, I am not from the South. It is not normal for me to say yes ma'am and no ma'am. For me to go into an interview and start saying yes ma'am, no ma'am, like it's uncomfortable for both of us. And if I'm uncomfortable saying something, it's going to make the interviewer uncomfortable. So next spot, sorry, I have to scroll. So those are my 3 main points. I am going to do another interview video for the older girls, maybe today, maybe another day, I'm not quite sure yet, because I just got a box of fun goodies that I'm going to do an unboxing of on my other channel that I will link in the description below. But just to do a quick little overview of this video, there are 3 things that I talked about to help prepare your daughter or yourself for an interview. The first one is to get to know yourself, or help your daughter get to know herself to the best of their ability. So write everything down. Just really feel comfortable with who you are and what you're doing, and know exactly who you are and what everything that you can get to know about yourself. 2, extremely, extremely important, is do not over-rehearse. It's so hard to talk to someone that's over-rehearsed and doesn't know how to think and talk for themselves. It makes it so hard, and it makes it really uncomfortable for the interviewer. And third was with the yeses and nos. And I didn't really add in there, but like not crossing your legs and not fiddling with your hands in your lap. And so I just bunched that all into just help them learn etiquette. Try to be professional without being completely over the top. I hope this helped some of you. Good luck with your next pageant interview. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos or what you would like to see at all. I would love to hear that, so just comment below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the button down below and subscribe to my channel. I hope to have lots more tips of pageant things for you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.